So thinking about rosemary essential oil. Now, of course, as always, we're just talking about doTERRA. We know that it is independently tested, in-house tested. We know that there aren't any other synthetic chemicals added into rosemary. And of course, in an industry of essential oils where it is unregulated, this industry, only up to 5 or 6% needs to be pure in there, and the rest can be made up of whatever synthetic oils or additions that the company wants to put in. So we can be rest assured that in doTERRA that doesn't happen. When you're getting your bottle of rosemary, so this bottle here is a 5 milliliter bottle, got mine here. This is pure rosemary oil. So let's think about 4 different ways to be bringing rosemary oil into your life. So the first one, rosemary oil is just so wonderful support for supporting memory and attention. And it was a long time ago, sort of in the Greek olden days culture of where they were really realizing that rosemary is very, very helpful when it comes to memory and attention. Now, thinking about inhaling this one, really, this is one of the best ways to be really using your rosemary essential oil. And you can either inhale this straight from the bottle, 5 deep breaths would be really fantastic. Allowing yourself time to really inhale that beautiful oil. 5 times is great because you've got that nice space of time there to just try and encourage that relaxing in your body there as well to get you into that state of being able to have good memory and attention to begin with. And if you don't want to do it from the bottle, you can, of course, put a drop into your hands. 1 drop is enough. It's very potent. Rub your hands, place them in front of your mouth, close your eyes, and take 5 deep breaths that way. Either way is great. Of course, when it's on your hands, you can put the residue on the back of your neck there as well. A lovely way to be using the rosemary. So it is thought, research is showing that the neurotransmitter acetylcholine, which is the chief neurotransmitter really for supporting that parasympathetic mode, that relaxing mode, that rest and digest mode in the body to get cracking, to get going. So when you have, when you're in that fight or flight response and you have your body just wanting to keep itself safe in that moment, memory isn't important. Attention is, but not attention to something that maybe you're wanting to pay attention to. It's about just being able to live and get out of that state. So when somebody is inhaling rosemary oil, potentially it is going to be helping that neurotransmitter, that acetylcholine, to be sparking and encouraging that rest and digest response, that parasympathetic response there in the body. So a great way to be using this is, like I said, to be inhaling it either from the bottle or in your hands. But for others who maybe don't want to be doing that, you can grab your diffuser and pop it on in the room where you're maybe wanting to be supporting memory and attention. And this, of course, makes me think of people learning, working, definitely teenagers and young people who are studying, and having that diffuser on in the room there, all those wonderful microparticles of rosemary are going to be whizzing around the room, giving the person in there and whoever goes into that room the great opportunity to be smelling that rosemary and really taking that in. And of course, whatever we're smelling is going up into our limbic system in the brain and it's going to be inside our bodies. So just a wonderful way to be using the beautiful smells of rosemary. And it's also supporting fatigue and tension. And it goes along the same lines, really, because it is helping to get you in that parasympathetic mode. So, as I mentioned earlier, putting that drop on your hands, putting it around the back of your neck is really a lovely way to do it. If that was your main purpose for getting it topically there on the skin, you could maybe put a little bit of fractionated coconut oil in the palm of your hand, a little bit of castor oil, whichever your favorite oil really is to be using, to be putting on your body. Rubbing it and then placing it round there on the back of your hands can be just so helpful to help relax that area. And of course, that's for people who maybe have tension from sitting at a computer for a long time, long working hours, keeping that thinking going all the time, just to be able to drop into that space of being able to relax. It can be incredibly supportive. For extra beautiful hair. Rosemary has long been used for helping people with the condition of their hair. And you could add a drop of this to your shampoo, hopefully a non-toxic shampoo. You don't want to be bringing extra chemicals into your body, which is going to make your liver have to detox and work much harder. But with adding that to your shampoo or however you're washing your hair, it's going to help potentially with the dryness potentially that you might have on your scalp there, and bringing in extra fullness there of your hair because it has stimulating properties. It's going to bring more blood flow to that area, which is going to be bringing different nutrients and different oxygen, well, oxygen and nutrients there that are going to be able to really help home in on that area of your body and support your hair there. So a great way of using the rosemary. And then finally, in cooking, oh, I love rosemary so much. It smells so beautiful in the kitchen. Another place to diffuse in the kitchen would be lovely, wouldn't it? But I use rosemary a lot in the kitchen. Remember, because this is a doTERRA certified pure tested essential oil, we know that there are no added chemicals in here. So you can take it internally. You can think of it as a food flavoring. And it's not just a flavoring, it is actual rosemary. It's the oil from the rosemary plant. So you can add this however you would usually in your cooking. One drop goes a very, very long way. So if you're cooking for a large family, you can use 1 or 2 drops in your recipes, and that shouldn't be too overpowering. But if you're cooking for maybe 1 or 2 people, you may even want to take a little cocktail stick, pop that into the oil, get it on the cocktail stick, and then spread that, mix that around into your mixture of whatever it is that you're making in your food. My favorite way of using rosemary is simply in roast potatoes. It's just so delicious. Adding it to the oil. I use ghee, butter ghee, or olive oil or coconut oil. And then when you're adding your potatoes to the oil, just pop a bit of rosemary there in the rest of the oil. It doesn't need to even touch the potatoes. It will just infuse during that cooking experience there in the oven, and you will get, my goodness, deliciously gorgeous tasting rosemary potatoes. So there we go. 4 different ways to be bringing rosemary into your life. So I hope that is helpful for you. Some pockets of information about copaiba and about rosemary and how it can help you, help your family, and if you are wanting to share the magic really of doTERRA and plant medicine, how you can help other people as well. If you've any questions, let me know. Bye for now.